Well. Good evening, West Ham fans. Could Lucas Fabianski be leaving for Newcastle? Yes, everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. A little evening show. I thought, why not? Why not? There's loads of rumours and loads of news has been coming in the last sort of 24, 40 hours. It's going to ramp up even more coming to the January transfer window. If you're new around here, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Go back and listen to everything we've been doing today already. Holly did the daily show. She's done Hammers headlines. We've done the talking about Tottenham game on Thursday, and also we had door 5 of our advent calendar, which was Igor Stimac. And so you've got until the end of tonight before then we draw for day 6. Obviously, day 6 of tomorrow, which is Neil Ruddock. So keep an eye on that, and you win some West Ham signed memorabilia. It's free to enter. You don't have to pay anything. You have to be a Patreon or a member, just a subscriber, and then literally all you can do is comment. It's that easy, and there's some really nice stuff. As always, the West Ham Network always give you good stuff. Loads of memorabilia, loads of signed bits and bobs going out to our lovely subscribers. But as I said, lots of rumours. We'll talk about Fabianski a bit at the end because that's what you do. You sort of because it's the most random story. But let's start with now. Holly this afternoon spoke about sort of Tim Steintons' defensive overhaul. I spoke yesterday about looking at the Championship for players. Tim Steintons sort of the rumours today were Lille. In League A for a couple of young players, 18 and 21, I believe they were. And also, it seems that we are looking at below. No, wrong one. Below the Championship as well. And apparently, West Ham are looking at Derby County's defensive sensation, Erin Cashin. So, are Derby going to cash in on Erin in January? According to a couple of our sources, the publications and sort of media outlets reported yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. That the Rams are set to lose their player next month in the January transfer window. Brighton, Burnley, and Birmingham City among the sides who are showing an interest in the young centre-back. It seems now we've got a bit of a battle on our hands to sign the 22-year-old centre-half, with several English clubs set to delve into the market at this crucial stage of the campaign. He's made 23 appearances in all competitions so far this season. His deal is set to expire in at the end of the season. However, Derby do have an optional 1-year extension, which they plan to exercise, in essence maintaining the player's value for at least another year. And they are also planning to offer him new contract terms to him, and also Max Bird, who's another player we've been looking at from Derby. But if they can't agree a fresh contract, then they may well decide to lose him in January when he is basically worth some money, to be honest. And we shall wait and see. It's interesting to see there's so many sort of young defenders we're looking at the moment. This is the 2 boys from Lille. We had the guys from the Championship as well. Leif Davis from Ipswich. And now Erin Cashin from Derby. So interesting. But it's not just the Championship. It's not just League. Are they Derby League 1 or League 1, League 2? But also within the Premier League itself, West Ham are apparently also linked. This is featured in Talk Sport to the Burnley centre-half, Jordan Bayer. And he's apparently meant to be on West Ham's radar ahead of the January transfer window. According to Talk Sport, they reckon there could be a scramble for the Burnley defender's signature in January, with us backing the likes of Crystal Palace and Fulham for his signature. He's had quite a reasonable start to life back in the Premier League. 10 Premier League outings so far this season for him. And the former Borussia Mönchengladbach, Who do I know who spent a lot of time in Germany who holds all the purse strings? Could it be Tim Steiner? He averages 2.5 tackles a game, 1.1 interceptions, 4.2 clearances. He's made an average of 64 passes per game with an impressive 92% completion rate. He's 6 foot tall, so he's a bit of a big lad, bit physically robust. Physically ideally suited to the Premier League. And at 23, really good age as well. And considering maybe Burnley odds on to probably go straight back down, they may well look to sell him in January rather than necessarily wait to the summer when his value will be decreased because they'll be obviously potentially in a championship player. Young player, Premier League experience now, and with a German background as well. So again, someone like Tim would know about him without a shadow of a doubt. Also, we've been linked again with Arsenal striker Eddie Nketiah. This is basically down to FFP. Arsenal are on the brink in terms of FFP, and they have to sell if they want to buy. Just same as us, to be honest. Arsenal want to bring in a new striker. We want to bring in a new striker. We've been linked with Eddie for a while, and the likes of the Sun even reported that we could pounce to get him, as he's not only do they need to sell him, potentially if they want to buy a striker in, but he's quite unsettled at the moment with Kai Havertz coming in and playing more of a forward role for Arsenal. And Nketiah could be someone that we look to bring in. As I said, the report in the Sun, I think today, states that the Gunners are on the borderline in terms of financial fair play rules, and so basically Arteta's been told by his lords and masters that Eddie would probably need to be sacrificed in order for him to sign his targets he wants. Do I want Eddie Nketiah? Don't think so. I don't think so. But you never know. It's one of these weird things. Steinton has not only picks up players from, young players from obscure leagues, obscure teams, but also he does have a habit of buying players who maybe haven't done well at one club and reinvigorate him. He's young enough to to potentially become, a really good forward. I don't know how I feel about Eddie Nketiah. I think it'll be a lot of money, and I think we could spend that money better. In my eyes, much better. And let's talk about this story today. It was in the Daily Mirror today about Newcastle going in for Lucas Fabianski. Basically, it was in the Daily Mirror, in the newspaper, in the print edition today, saying that the Magpies could look to the former Polish international goalkeeper to bring him in January after a crushing injury to Nick Pope. We know that Martin Dubrovnik is set for another chance at the club in the meantime. They're also looking at David De Gea potentially as an option. He still hasn't found a new club. There was reports linking us to a move for David De Gea. So, there could be a bit of merry-go-round and a bit of, jiggery pokery in terms of goalkeepers. Would we sell? I don't think we're not sort of flush with goalkeepers at West Ham. I was in a position to start letting valuable players like Fabianski go to particular, Premier League rivals as well. Fabianski's contract runs out at the end of the summer. So, if he was to be sold, then January would be the time. Obviously, if he leaves in the summer, if he's not offered a new deal, which I don't think he will be, we've already given him a 1+1 contract 2 years ago, so he's in his +1 bit now, then he will obviously go for nothing. However, with someone who, if, for example, we do talk to someone like De Gea to come in and bring and let Fabianski go to Newcastle with some sort of value attached to that. Don't know. I'm a big fan of Fabianski. I mean, I know he's approaching almost 40. And we know at the moment with the, we're still very much in the Carabao Cup until the 20th at least. We're very much in Europa League. We've got the FA Cup. We've obviously got Bristol in the third round in early January, and obviously Fabianski will probably be playing there. And it seems that when he took the whole thing about being dropped from the Premier League squad very badly, I think he seems to have gone full circle now, and he's quite happy with his role there now. I think this one's a non-starter. I think they're just sort of looking for half decent number twos around the Premier League in terms of who they could potentially bring in. But as I said, we've been linked with De Gea as well, so maybe, just maybe, you don't know. But it always not validates things, but when a newspaper decides to print something in their print edition rather than online edition, that always gives a little bit more weight in terms of the way I look at it, because they wouldn't waste print space on a non-starter rumor. But as always, we just bring you what's been said, and you can look into it as you will. But maybe, just maybe, he could go to Newcastle. Maybe they'll offer him, improved, 1 year, 2 year deal. Obviously he's in his last year now at West Ham. I don't know. But anyway, and that's it. Little evening show, as I said, with you having your tea, having your dinner. Hopefully keep an eye on the channel. Please don't forget to go and just comment on the Igor Stimac video this morning, and then we'll have day 6 tomorrow. We'll also have Flav from Jaffin, James Alcott, and him, their podcast. Big Tottenham fan. He's also the editor of the Fighting Cock. So is the opposition chat in terms of preparation for Thursday as well. Really good chat with Flav. So check that out. And until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends, and come on, you bloody Irons! Irons!